communion. So this is not about a flesh and blood journey. This is about, as 1 Corinthians 1:9 in the message, it's about us on this spiritual journey that we are being a partaker of. So let's go to today. I want to continue with this fellowship. And I want us to look at, let's turn to John, St. John chapter 15. Fellowship must become a reality to you, and it has to become evident. And the only way that we're going to continue to enjoy this awesome fellowship is going to be found in these scriptures that we're going to look at today. Because, as stated earlier, Jesus Christ himself is the centerpiece. He's the equalizer. He's the one who makes this fellowship possible. So the word we're going to look at today is abiding, which is another loaded word, which means to continue, to dwell or live in, to endure, to remain, to stand, to tarry. That's a loaded word. But the most what we're going to be focusing on is about this continuing. So in John chapter 15, we'll start with verse 4. It says, Jesus says this, he says, abide in me and I in you, as the branch cannot bear fruit of itself, except it abide in the vine, no more can you, except you abide in me. So actually we see Jesus is telling us the dynamics of what is required here. With this fellowship, we have to continue to abide in him. And in our continue to abide in him, then he compares this fellowship with a branch and bearing fruit. And then it says, as the branch cannot bear fruit or produce fruit of itself, he said, except it continue. And that's the word, when I look at this word abide, I'm talking about the continuing in the vine. He said, no more can you except you abide or continue in me. So if it's impossible for a branch to produce fruit from abiding or continuing in the vine, so Jesus is saying it is impossible for you and I to bear fruit. And then he says the fruit that we are to bear should be reflected so much to the Father that the Father himself will be glorified. And then it says, and as we continue in Christ, who is the vine, you and I will be able to produce fruit. But apart from our continuing in him, we will not be able to produce